Here's how to set up your Cronus Zen for 2026 if you guys are going to be playing on your PlayStation 5, Xbox, and your PC. Let's go ahead and get started. Very simple. All you guys want to do is simply open up your laptop or your PC and simply open up Chrome browser, right? Once you guys are here, type in at the top exactly what you guys see right here. Type in Cronus Zen download. Once you've done that, you're going to click on the first link that pops up because we're going to need to download the software and the firmware for our Cronus Zen. So once you're here, click on the downloads tab, and the first link that's going to pop up is going to be the Zen Studios we need. So once you are here, all you have to do is right click on the build 82 version right here, since that's the latest one. And then all it would do is just go up into your downloads tab in the right hand corner. You guys can see the Zen Studios here. Once you see it there, what I like to do is go ahead and bring it out onto my desktop, right? So you want to open up your file explorer from the bottom. You guys can see mine here. Click on the downloads tab, and you should see the Zen Studios right here. Once you do, simply right click and drag and drop into your desktop. All right, guys? Once we have done that, all you need to do is right click on it and simply go ahead and run the program, okay? So hit next here, hit I agree, and then simply at the last step is going ahead and hitting install, okay? Once that is done, there's going to be two new apps onto your desktop. You're going to see them right here. It's going to be called the Zen Studios and the Zen Link Configurator. All you're going to need right now is just the Zen Studios, all right? So again, this whole time, don't have the Zen plugged in. Go ahead and open up the Zen Studios next, all right? First thing we're going to do is update the firmware for a Cronus Zen, and then we'll go ahead and add scripts onto it, okay? So once you guys see the screen, simply go ahead and hit open update tool right here. And look, this whole time, we haven't plugged anything into the Cronus Zen at all right? Now, this is the first point we're going to go ahead and be plugging things in. So let me go ahead and explain all the cables that will come with the Zen, all right? They all will look very similar to this little cable here that you guys are seeing. It's going to be a normal USB end on one side, you guys can see, and the other ends will be USB-Cs, okay? So what you want to do is you want to plug the USB side into your laptop or your PC, whatever you guys are using to run this update tool right here, all right? Again, the cables will not all be this short. There's longer ones. I'm just showing the shorter one because it's in my hand, all right? But what you want to do is plug, whenever you guys are updating your Zen, is you plug it in at the top, right? So anytime I mention the top now, you guys will know this is the top. So you guys can see right here. The other end of this cable, again, goes into your laptop or your PC, okay? So this is the top of the Zen. So that's what you have to do to update it first. So all we're going to do is go ahead and simply plug it in at the top, right? The other end of this cable is already into my laptop or PC. But once you guys see it here, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and update the Zen, right? So you have to flip it over first. And on the back of the device, there's a little blue button. You guys can see it right here, right? So you're going to go ahead and hold this down to 3 to 5 seconds until on the Zen screen, it says Zen Bootloader, right? So again, hold down the little blue button for 3 to 5 seconds until on this screen, it says Zen Bootloader, right? So here's what it'll look like. You guys can see it says Zen Bootloader. If I go back to my desktop, I've already updated the Zen, so it shows up here. But for you guys, it's just going to say, it's going to be like this, right? You're going to hit connect here, hit on Cronus Zen paired, and then hit connect. Once you do, you want to just hit this latest 2.2 firmware. Just update to whatever the latest version is right there, right? Once it's done updating, I'll show you guys exactly how to add scripts onto your Cronus Zen, all right? So let's go ahead and wait up till it does indeed download. Once it downloads, I'll show you guys where you will need to go next to go ahead and download free scripts for your Cronus Zen that I recommend everyone go ahead and check out, all right? So you can see it's done. Now, all you want to do is unplug the Zen from the top, all right? Once that is done, you guys want to go into the first link in the description in all my videos, guys. I'll leave you guys this free scripts tier that you guys can sign up for on our Podia. Again, it's completely free. Once you've signed up, here's how you'll download the script, right? Once you guys log on to your page, all you want to do is right click on your name, okay? Click on the products tab here, and you guys will see the free scripts here. Again, you guys can upgrade and download our better scripts up here. But again, just click on the free scripts here. For plug-and-play scripts, this is the best one right here, the Rabbit version 1. If you're new, I highly recommend you download this. So to download, just simply go ahead and right-click on this. Once you do, it will just go up into your Downloads tab, right? To get it saved to our Zen now, we're going to go ahead and go up here to our Zen Studios again, all right? Again, I recommend just closing it out, open it back up, and now whenever you guys go ahead and plug your Cronus Zen in, you're going to go ahead and plug it in only on the right hand side, okay? So again, you don't plug it in at the top ever again unless you're onto your console or your PC and you're playing. Whatever you hear in the Zen Studios, you only plug it in on the right hand side, right? So here's what that looks like. So you go ahead and grab your cable, and look, you only plug it in on the right hand side. You guys can see. And if you've done it correctly, sometimes the Zen Studio still won't load in. You can see the programmer's not there. Just hit cancel and open it back up, all right? It's completely fine if it doesn't load in the first time. Again, Zen can be a little finicky, but that's all good. So we can see it here. Everything's loaded in. Perfect. Now we're ready to add the script. So all you do is press the file up here to the top left-hand side, press open, go into the downloads, and you'll see our free Rabbit version 1. Right click on it and simply go ahead and press open, all right? And again, look, it's only plugged in on the right-hand side. The other end of this cable is into our laptop or our PC, guys, all right? Whatever you're using to run your Zen Studios. Click on Programmer next once you see that cool-looking panda logo. Press the 6 little lines on the left-hand side. We can see it there. And you'll see the Rabbit version 1. Once you see it here, just right-click, drag and drop into the bottom slot, and press this play button that's flashing at you to program, aka save the script, all right? Once it saves, you're ready to go, and now we're going to go ahead and talk about how to set it up for everything else. First, let's go ahead and talk about Xbox, since that's the easiest setup with your Cronus Zen. All you want to make sure is before you unplug the right side cable, go over into your device side while you guys are on your Zen Studios, and right down here where it says Outpro Protocol, make sure you guys go ahead and select whatever Xbox you're using. So for me, it's going to be 1X/1S. Once you have selected that, then you can go ahead and simply unplug it. Now I'll play a clip of how you need to set it up once you take it over to your Xbox. Here's how to set up the Cronus Zen for your Xbox. First, go ahead and plug the Cronus Zen in only on the right-hand side, and then next, open up your Zen Studios. Once that is done, click on the Device tab. Next, you want to go down here where it says Outpro Protocol, and make sure you set it to whatever Xbox you're using. So for me, Xbox 1/1S. Once that is done, simply go ahead and use a small cable, run it from the top of the Zen straight into your Xbox, and left-hand side is where your controller is going to be wired. Once all that is done, you're going to go ahead and manually turn on your Xbox. And you want to make sure where your controller is plugged in, that green light is on. That means it's getting enough power, right? Once the Xbox has turned on, you can press your Xbox controller button and everything's working. If you guys are going to be playing on your PlayStation 5, before you can unplug it from the right-hand side and leave the Zen Studios, you just want to make sure where it says Outpro Protocol, you guys go ahead and just select auto. All you want to do is select auto, and then you can go ahead and unplug this. First thing you guys are going to want to do when it comes to pairing your Cronus Zen to your PlayStation 5, even if you guys are using the DualSense Edge or the regular controller, which is what I'm going to use first, is go ahead and wirelessly connect your controller. You guys can see me do this now to your PlayStation 5, all right? And this whole time, make sure your Zen's not plugged in. It's just on the side just like this, all right? First thing we're going to need to do is, let me go ahead and get rid of the face cam for a second. You're going to go into the settings tab here, and you have to set up these settings correctly, all right? So you're going to go into your accessories, go down to where it says controller in general. Make sure all these settings here you guys see on my screen look exactly like that on yours, all right? Make sure your communication method is set to use USB cable, and these top two are set to strong, all right? Once all that's done, then you want to go back up to general here, and this is where you'll do the button spam step, right? So all you want to do is hover over turn off accessories. Next, what you want to do is go ahead and pick up your Cronus Zen, and now you're going to have to wire up your controller, right? And again, I know sometimes you guys have some really bad cables. If you have older cables, I recommend you get new ones. But again, first thing, the USB end is going to go straight here to the left side of the Zen, right? You guys can see, if you're looking at the Zen, it's going to be on this left-hand side. Now, the USB-C end just goes straight into your controller, right? You guys can see just like this. That's all you want to do. Next, you guys can see this is what our Zen looks like. Now, you have to go ahead and give the Zen power from the top. The other end of the cable is going to go into your PS5, right? Doesn't matter if it's a front USB port or the back ones. And again, make sure you guys, if you're going to use cables that come with the Zen, make sure you use the one with the black little things right here, like the transmitter things. Make sure you use these. Don't use any other ones. And again, the USB end goes into your PS5 just like this. The C is where it's going to go at the top of the Zen, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab the red cables that I always use. Again, I've had these for about 10 to 15 years now. Not 10 to 15, since 2020, I think. I've been using them for a long time. They're the best cables, all right? So again, I go ahead and give it the power from the top. But before you plug it in fully, guys, all right, you can see there's no power on the Zen. This is how you do the button spam step, right? All you need to do here is hold down right on the D-pad on your controller, and then go ahead and plug the Zen in at the top, right? So again, hold down right on the D-pad. You guys can see right here That's all you do. So just hold down right, and you can see I'm going to go ahead and give the Zen power from the top. But look, this time a script was active, right? So if you're trying to do the bind spam step and the script was active, sometimes it will not work, right? So I'm happy it was active, because all you have to do next is just press the right side big blue button and leave it on the Zen screen for a second, right? I see this happen all the time. You have to make sure no scripts are active on your Zen, guys, all right? If you do this step just like I did and there's a script active, it will not work, all right? So make sure it says Zen for a couple of seconds. I'll leave it for at least 15 to 30. And then same thing, just kill the power from the top again. Now, again, you could just leave the controller plugged in. That's perfectly fine. But again, wirelessly pair it, right? So again, I'm going to turn back on my controller. You guys can see me do it here. And again, just use your controller for a couple of seconds before you redo the bind spam step, right? So again, to redo it, hover over turn off accessories. Let me go ahead and grab that red cable. There we go. It just went ahead and fell. And again, just do the bind spam step one more time. Again, it's so quick and so easy. You can just keep doing it, right? So again, hold down right on the D-pad. Give the Zen power from the top. But pay attention. This time it just says Zen, right? Make sure yours only says Zen. And keep right on the D-pad held the whole time, right? There we go. Controller's on. We did the bind spam step. And now you can use the controller, okay? So now we're going to perform the same steps, but we're going to use our DualSense Edge. So same thing. I'm going to kill the power from the top of the Zen, right? There we go. You have to do the bind spam step every time you turn on the PS5. Long as you guys do it once, you're going to be good to go, all right? So again, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the regular PS5 controller. Now, if you're using the DualSense Edge, all the same steps, right? First, you have to go ahead and wirelessly pair your DualSense Edge to the PS5. Let's see if it turns on. You can see mine's not pairing. So if that happens, just wired pair the controller, right? You can see mine's just not pairing to the PS5. I'm going to have to wirely pair the controller. So I'm going to use it basically wired for a second until it decides to pair. There we go. We can see my DualSense Edge controller is paired to our PS5. Let me go up here, go to settings. I just want to show you guys everything so I'm not skipping steps, right? We can see right here, if I go to accessories, it should show up with our PS5 controller, right? The DualSense Edge. But again, you want to make sure it's wireless, right? So I'm going to have to kill the power from this thing, okay? Give it a second and then turn on the controller again, right? Because you want to make sure you wirelessly pair your controller to the PS5 before you perform the bind spam step, right? So you can see it's wireless now. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Zen cam. Let's go back into settings and all the same steps. You want to go to accessories, go to controller in general. Make sure your communication method is just use USB cable. And then all you do, go up to general, hover over turn off accessories. And again, wire up your controller now from the Zen. So you can see I got the USB cable. I'll show you guys exactly how it should look if you pick up your Zen. You can see left side's your cable plugged into the DualSense Edge. And now give the power from the top. So there we go. You guys can see we're going to go ahead and get ready to give power. But before you plug it in, same step. All you want to do is hold down right on the D-pad. All right. So hold down right on the D-pad. You can see me holding it. And again, keep it held. Plug the Zen in from the top. Make sure it just says Zen on here, right? And again, keep right on the D-pad held the whole time. There we go. Did the bind spam step. Now we can use our controller with our Zen, guys. That's how simple it is. That's how you guys see on my screen. Down here where it says Output Protocol, make sure you select PlayStation 5, okay? And again, right now, just make sure it's only plugged in on the right-hand side. Next, you're going to go ahead and wire up your controller to the left-hand side of the Zen. So if it's facing you like this, the controller is going to be wired on this USB port. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my cable and show you guys exactly where to plug it in. So you guys can see me do it right here. You guys can see, plug that end in. Bang, this is what it should look like right now. The other end, the USB-C end, obviously is going to go into our PS5 controller. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my controller, plug it in that. You guys can see. Perfect. Everything's good. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little bit bigger so we can see everything. And you can see the controller is not going to turn on, right? So if I look at my Zen right now, there is no green light right where my controller is plugged in, right? Again, if that happens, let's go ahead and try to turn on the power from the controller. So I'm going to press the power button. And you can see it's going to try to turn on, but it isn't pairing fully, right? So if that ever happens to you, what you need to do is plug in the cable at the top as well. So leave the right side plugged in, this side right here, and also grab another cable and come in and plug it in at the top as well. So you guys are going to see me do this. Again, come in, plug it in at the top, and you can see now my green light is turned on, okay? So again, make sure you plug it in at the top. I also would recommend, when you guys are here, you can see in my console tab, it's not showing the PS5, it's just showing my joypad. If that is happening to you, you're gonna flip over the Zen. There's a little blue button on the back. Go ahead and press this one time, okay? So you guys can see this blue button. Go ahead and press it one time right now. So I just pressed it once. It's gonna reset our Zen, right? You can see it reset our Zen, and now I can see my joypad and the console, right? That's perfect. That's how we need it. Next thing I want to do is run it through a test to make sure it's working. So you're going to click on Tools up here, go to your device monitor, okay? And now, next, just go ahead and pick up your controller, okay? And press different buttons on it and make sure it shows up here. So you can see, if I press L2 and R2, the buttons are showing up, right? That's a good sign. That means everything's working. Perfect. And now when you guys are going to play inside of your games, you always want to unplug this right side cable. You guys can see this cable right here. Unplug it, and now you're ready to go ahead and launch open your game, and then you can turn on your scripts, all right? So again, that's how you set it up for the PS5 controller. Just make sure that green light is on, and if it's not on, always just flip it over. Quick press this blue button and reset it, all right? Now, we're going to go ahead and set up the Xbox controller, so I'm going to unplug everything. Go ahead and unplug my Zen as well. Okay, and then now I'm going to go ahead and grab my Xbox controller, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just hit cancel, let this thing just close itself out. Next, same place, you're going to go ahead and plug in the Zen only on the right-hand side. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cables again. Plug this one in on the right-hand side. You guys can see it just says Zen. Open up your Zen Studios, guys, all right? And now when it comes to plugging in your Xbox controller, you first want to go over to the device tab up here. You guys can see me right up here in the device tab. Same thing, you want your Outpro protocol. Again, just set it to the PlayStation 5, okay? Next, you want to go ahead and plug in the Zen at the top as well. So leave it plugged in on the right-hand side. Come in and plug in your Zen also at the top. You guys can see, just right now, just go ahead and plug it in at the top. And once you guys are here, next, you're going to go ahead and plug in your Xbox controller, all right? But again, the Xbox controller does not go here. It's going to go at the bottom and on this side right here, okay? So you guys can see the USB slot right here. It's going to be called the bottom left. So if it's facing you, it's going to be the bottom left. Here's where it should go. You guys can see me plug in the cable. There you go. You guys can see this is where it's going to go. If you're using your Xbox controller, I'm going to go ahead and grab mine and show you guys. So you guys can see, here's my Xbox controller. Plug it in. There we go. And you can see it lights up, right? And again, for whatever reason, if you guys plug your controller in, for the first time, sometimes it won't light up. And you can see it's working when you see the green light here at the bottom, all right? If for whatever reason it doesn't light up, just simply flip over your Zen. And again, same thing. You can see that little blue button on the back. Just go ahead and press this one time, okay? That's going to, again, reset the Zen. So I'm going to press it one time. You guys can see it'll reset our Zen. And it'll go ahead and sometimes even X out of your Zen Studios. This time it didn't. But again, you guys can see everything is good. The green light is on. And again, you can pick up your controller now. You can see it's turned on. Perfect. All right. Next, what I like to do is, again, always run it through a test. So go up into the Tools tab here. Click on Device Monitor. And same thing. You're going to leave the Zen to the side for a second. Pick up your Xbox controller and just press the aim button. And you can see it shows up Xbox One LT and RT, or L2 for the PlayStation 5 there. And then look, I can press the trigger, shows up, right? Make sure everything's lighting up, just like you guys see on my screen. And now, the final step before you guys start up your game is always unplug the right side cable, right? So unplug it, and now you guys are ready to go into the game with your Cronus Zen on the Xbox controller. It's that simple, guys.